As a manager, he can transfer his responsibility to any of his team members. So, based on their skills and knowledge. It is a vertical flow of information, authority, and responsibility from top end to bottom of organization. Hence, we call it as a line organization. Here, this line is going to focus on the activities which has to be performed, but staff, it is going to perform on individual or human resource of the organization. Hello everybody, a warm welcome to one and all. I am Mr. Hemant Kumar from Department of Commerce and Management, Vidhyashram First Grade College, Mysuru, the Temple of Excellence. Today we are going with the subject Principles and Practice of Management, that is session 2 of Unit 3, that is Organizing and Staffing for first semester BBA students. This is agenda of today's session. We are going to cover delegation of authority, types of organization and types of organization structure. These are the three topics that we are supposed to cover in today's session. Delegation of authority. What is this delegation of authority means? Means a top level management, a manager or a supervisor or a team leader, they do have some authority and responsibility, right? They do have some authority and responsibility. Here, this delegation of authority is like sharing a responsibility the manager to its subordinates. Manager is going to share his responsibility to its subordinates. That process we call it as a delegation of authority, because it is highly impossible to manager to perform all the activities, to oversee all the activities. Hence, he is going to share his responsibility among his subordinates. Such a activity we call it as a delegation of authority. Say for an example, there is a manager, okay. Under him, there are number of team leaders who are working, right? Here, this manager is going to share his authority with supervisors. Again, these supervisors, they are going to share their authority, responsibility with their colleagues, right? This is the way how it is going to flow, right? So, from manager to supervisors, supervisors to its subordinates, right? So it is a way of disclosing, it is a way of sharing responsibility among team members, that is delegation of authority. Delegation of authority is a process of transferring responsibility for a task to another employee, right? So they are going to share a responsibility. He is going to share a responsibility with his employees, that is subordinates. As a manager, you can typically transfer responsibility to any of your direct team members. So, as a manager, he can transfer his responsibility to any of his team members. So, based on their skills and knowledge. That employee may then decide to delegate some of these responsibilities among their team members if necessary. So, after what happens, a manager is going to decide, delegate his responsibility, one of his team member, right? He had delegated his responsibility to one of his team member. This team member, what he did, he also decided to delegate his responsibility to his team members, right? So he had disclosed responsibility to his team member, and again he is also going to share a responsibility with his team member. Means here he will be a responsible person, his team members will be a responsible person. This is the way how the flow is going to happen. So, which are all the benefits that can happen by the process of delegation of authority? If we adopt this delegation of authority concept, right, how the organization get benefited by this concept? So, this kind of delegation of authority can only happen in large organization. This cannot happen in a small organization, because in small organization there are only small number of individuals they can manage easily. But in large organization there is large number of individuals, so it is highly impossible to manage by a single person. So they are going to share responsibilities among themselves and they are going to work towards the achievement of goals. So here there are few benefits to organization if they adopt delegation of authority concept. Which are those beneficials? Increased productivity. So by adoption of delegation system, So the productivity get increased because all activity or whole project is not managed by a single person. Hence the responsibility had shared as per their interest area, right? So if they are interested in that particular field, they are going to select or they are going to choose such kind of a personality for the right job, means right job for a right thing. Increased productivity. Continuity. So there must be continuity in the workforce, means say for an example, after completion of one project, again it is going to start with another project, completion of that project, next project, right? So it keep on going, there is no end for this delegation. Employee development. So what happens, as I said, one project after another project, project number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 keep on going, but it does not have any end. But employee development how happens means, regarding employee development, say for an example, a employee go under one particular project. Say for an example, today an employee is assigned with one particular project day 1, but day 2 also the employee get assigned with the same kind of project. Day 3 also same employee get assigned with the same kind of project. So what happens, you know, that employee by doing the same kind of the project again and again, he become expertised in that particular thing, right? So this expertization is lead for the success of organization, and in the same way he can perform task effectively and efficiently, right? So this responsibility leads for development of employees in organization. Employee motivation. Of course, it is a kind of motivation. So as we say, motivated employee work more effectively than unmotivated employee. It is a kind of motivation where people create belongingness among a mindset of individuals, right? So there must be a belongingness in a mindset of the individuals towards organization, so that they are going to work effectively and efficiently. Hence it is a kind of motivation, because if we give him responsibility, we have to give him authority as well. So what happens if we give only authority without responsibility? So he may misuse the authority. This authority and responsibility leads for success, and also this authority and responsibility may give him performance appraisal if he perform all the activities in a energetic and successful manner. Career growth and opportunities. So as I said, a person, he perform a same kind of activity repeatedly, he become expertised in that, and in the same way, if we give him leadership, if we give him authority, if we give him responsibility, 100% he get expertised in that, and in the same way there is a mindset of willingness, so that he must work effectively and efficiently. So the career growth can be happen in terms of employees or individuals of organization. Types of organization. Formal and informal organization. So in our earlier session, we had studied about profit and non-profit organization, right? So profit organization, profit making is a main objective of a profit organization, right? All the kinds of business unit is a best example for profit organization. But when it come in terms of non-profit organization, all the charitable institutions, NGOs or NPOs, these are the best example for the non-profit organization, right? So here profit organization run just because of the profit, right? So this non-profit organization, the main motive is service rendering, serving a society, right? It is a main motto of non-profit organization. Like formal organization. So we see a number of formal organization which is in existent in our society. The organization which have rules, regulations and responsibility among workforce, that we call it as a formal organization. This formal organization is a formal structure where there is a bunch of rules and regulations which they must follow. It may be top level management, middle level management and supervisory level management. So this is a management structure. It is a formal organization. All the things, all the norms, all the aspects that is going in a very formal way, and in the same way there must be a proper communication skill among all the team members, means all the members who is included in a management, whether it is a top level, middle level or a supervisory level management. It is a formal organization. So this informal organization means there is no formal way for a communication. There is no formalities for the task that they're supposed to perform. Say for an example, in each and every formal organization, there is a informal organization. Informal organization is separate, formal organization is separate. It is not like that. In each and every formal organization, there are informal organization. Say for an example, in formal organization, there are number of teams, right? So team 1, team 2, team 3, team 4, team 5, right? Each and every team have 15 members of strength. Each and every team have 15 members of strength, but there may be coordination, there may not be coordination among these 15 members according to formal organization. But in informal organization, they may not be in touch formally, but informally they will be in a touch. Means if an individual be in touch for a long time, they tend to get a informal communication. Means informal bonding that will be built among the workforce. Here in terms of organization, what happens, they are going to prefer the informal group of people who are going to work effectively. Say for an example, this organization had created a group of 15 members, but there is no coordination and no cooperation among team members. There is no use of making 15 members group to accomplish a particular task. But what happens if we give a informal group of people? Say for an example, there are a group of people who are very informal in nature, but they do have a good relationship and also they do have a good friendship among, good bonding among each other. If we give such a kind of project to such a kind of personality, they can perform effectively and efficiently. Just because of a reason, there is a coordination and cooperation among team members, and in the same way there is a proper communication skill. Say for an example, it is a formal organization, it is a informal organization. In formal organization, organization is going to build a team of 10 members and it is going to give them authority, responsibility and make them to work in formal organization. But in informal organization, so the organization is going to select any 10 individual where there is a informal way of communication, and in the same way the people are very informal, but in terms of bonding, in terms of friendship, in terms of relationship, there is a coordination and cooperation. So what will be the result in terms of a formal organization? There may be no coordination, there may be no cooperation, or they may be different characters with different attitudes. Means they cannot work effectively and efficiently. There is no proper communication skill, and also they doesn't have a proper subject knowledge towards a particular task, right? In formal organization, means it is formulated by a organization people or team leader or superior. But when it come in terms of a informal organization, these 10 members are a close friends which they have a good bonding among each other, and in the same way if they assign them the task, they are going to share the responsibility, they are going to share authority, and also they are going to work effectively and efficiently with great communication skill, right? They can accomplish objectives as early as possible in an efficient and effective way when it comes in terms of informal organization. Hence we can say that formal organization, there is a formalities, rules, regulations, right? So procedures, process, so which all the team members have to follow. Here in informal organization means in every formal organization there is a set of informal organization where the things it is going to happen very informal in nature. Types of organization structure. There are 6 types of organization structure: formal organization, functional organization, line or staff organization, project organization, matrix organization and committee organization. These are the 6 types of organization structure that we are going to study further. Line organization. So this line organization is also known as a vertical organization, right? So it is in a vertical way, we call it as a line organization, and it is one of the oldest organization model or the traditional organizational model. Which one? The line organization. How this line organization is arranged? So there is a general manager. Under a general manager there are 3 people: marketing, production and finance manager, right? Under each and every manager, say for an example, under production manager there is a foreman and workman, right? Under a marketing manager again there is a foreman and workman, and again finance manager, foreman and workman, right? So this is the way how it is going to arranged. Means it come from the top authority, whatever the message that must be passed from the top authority to the bottom. Say for an example, general manager assign a duty for the production manager, again production manager is going to assign duty for foreman, foreman to workman, right? So it is a vertical flow of information, authority and responsibility from top end to bottom of organization. Hence, we call it as a line organization. And also this kind of a organization is traditional, not modern. Second one, it is functional organization. Here, as per this functional organization, each and every organization means earlier organization, it was line organization, it is vertical in nature, but this functional organization is horizontal in nature. This functional organization is in horizontal in nature. Means in vertical organization, all the information were passing from top authority to bottom of organization. Here in the functional organization, the work is divided into functional areas, means into different departments based on their respective work and their responsibility. It is divided into separate department. Each and every department have their own tasks to be performed. In the same way, each and every department is mutually interlinked with each other. Say for an example, under president or CEO of a company or the top authority or a top level management of a company, there is a department, that is research and development department, finance department, marketing department, and division department. So there are various departments in an organization, right? So under a top level management. Again, so each and every department is held by a leader called manager. Each and every department is held by a leader called manager. Research and development department, research and development manager. Finance department, finance manager. Marketing department, marketing manager. Again, and division department, division manager. Right? So regarding a specific part of a division or a part of a segmentation. Again, in each and every department, there are number of people, they are going to work effectively and efficiently for the accomplishment of objectives. Say for an example, under a finance department, there is accounting, purchasing, and financing. So each and every department have its own functions, and based on the functions, they are going to select a right person for a right job at a right time. That is the thing that is going to happen in a functional organization. Hence, there are a number of departments which is divided based on their functions, but each and every department is interlinked with each other, right? So there are a number of departments which is interlinked with each other. Say for an example, there is a relationship between finance department and research and development department. Say for an example, without research and development department, so though no innovation can happen in organization, no upgradation can happen in organization. It is just because of research and development department, right? So without finance, they cannot do any kind of activity because this finance act as a working blood in organization. Third one, line and staff organization. So here it is divided into line and staff organization. This line position focus on core operation of organization, means it is going to focus on the core areas which has to be operated in organization. But regarding a staff organization, it is focused on staff positions and their functional areas. Means here this line is going to focus on the activities which has to be performed, but staff, it is going to perform on individual or human resource of the organization. So under each and every line and staff organization, there is a managing director. Under managing director, there will be a personnel manager, chief accountant, and a work manager. So here each and every manager, they do have their separate area of knowledge, right? So here under workman, plant superintendent, who is going to take responsibility of all the activities that is going to happen in organization. Project organization. So as we know, each and every organization undergo a number of projects in its lifetime. So when it comes in terms of a project organization, so there is a managing director who undertake all the projects. Say for an example, an organization is undergoing two kinds of projects, that is project number 1 and project number 2. Each and every project have a own project manager. Okay, so each and every project have its own project manager or a manager of the project division 1 and manager of the project to division 2. So under each and every manager, there is a engineer, research and development manager, accountants, and personnel officers. So they take care of all the project activities scientifically, and research and development, so innovation, accountants, so regarding accounts, and personnel means human resource manager. these are the various departments that work under a manager, right, or a project manager. Means what happens, this team had formulated only to accomplish project 1, right? After the accomplishment of project 1, this whole team get dissolved and they focus towards other project. The people get divided. Okay, this team also, this while performing project 2, this people will be together, right? They work together, and after completion of this project, these people get dissolved and get distributed to other departments or teams. Matrix organization. Under matrix organization, there are two managers. One is project manager, another one is functional manager. Here, the employees or individuals of the organization, they are responsible, they are answerable for two managers, not for one manager. One is project manager, another one is functional manager. So whatever the things that is going to happen in an organization will be controlled by a project manager, right? So whatever the project it is, it will be controlled, or the planning, organizing, directing, staffing and controlling will be formulated and executed by a project manager. Means he look after the project of organization, but regarding a functional manager, he look after all the functional areas of the management. He look after all the functional areas of management. Committee organization. So this is very important model. So as we know, there are various departments in an organization which have their own tasks, own responsibilities, right? So they are supposed to accomplish with. But when it comes in terms of committee organization, the name itself, it is going to say that the whole organization is divided into different committees. It may be a finance committee, it may be a purchase committee, right? So it may be a production, marketing, finance or personnel committee or human resource committee. Means a whole organization is divided into different committees where each and every committee have their own roles and responsibilities, right? So here also these committees are controlled by board of directors. These committees, all the committees are controlled by like a top authority or a top level management, that is board of directors. And under board of directors there is a man who control activity, call him as a general manager. Under a general manager there are number of committees which is doing their activities in an effective and efficient manner. Hence in the committee organization they are going to formulate a committee instead of a departments, right? In next session we are going with the topic of virtual organization, characteristics of a virtual organization, departmentization, need of departmentization. These are the topics that we are supposed to cover in next session. Thank you.